of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI Sricha Pradhan.
नमस्कार, म मिस नेपाल र मिस DHI Sricha Pradhan. मेरो यो जितको खुसीमा मलाई साथ दिने DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
Star for a complete home. Vivo.
सुजल डेरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल.
Into fresh freshness that bonds.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश. यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Star for a complete home.
I dare to express myself freely. I dare to aim with precision. I dare to explore new paths, fueled by ambition and unshakable focus. I dare to imagine a world where innovation isn't just a concept, but a reality. I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Game day number 4 here at the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ncell. We're live from the TU International Cricket Ground in Kirtipur, Kathmandu. Very good morning and a warm welcome along. It's a bright and sunny morning here in the Kathmandu Valley. A little bit colder than it has been in recent days, and we're all set for plenty more action with a couple of really good contests coming up. We've got the hometown side, the Kathmandu Gurkhas, taking on the KARNALI YAKS, and then we're going to see the Biratnagar Kings try and turn their form around and finally see the Lumbini Lions come into action. Andrew Leonard here with you, and delighted to have my great old friend HT Ackerman joining me. As always, good morning to you, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. I've seriously underclubbed here. You mentioned that it was a little bit of cold side, and brought myself a jumper.
Well, I've gone with 3 layers. You've gone with 1. That shows how hard you are, and I think controversially as how soft I am. Let's have a bit of a chat about day 3 yesterday.
Just really picking up from Sohail Tanvir. I know those are today's games.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at today. As I said, the KARNALI YAKS with Shikhar Dhawan in town again, and also another big signing, Will Basito, the former Australian under-19 captain. They're going to be playing against the Kathmandu Gurkhas, Karen Casey and Gerard Erasmus, Bim Sharkey, Nathan Sater, some of the ones to watch out for. And then the Biratnagar Kings against the Lions. We're mainly going to talk about this morning's game, but this afternoon, Kevin O'Brien's side, they need to turn it around.
They do. I know that you chat to most of the teams and the coaches. I'm just not so sure how Kevin's going to turn that around, because they just look horribly out of form at the moment.
Yeah, they really do. What about the KARNALI YAKS? Thought they were an interesting looking side. Of course, Shikhar Dhawan and their team, he's been the one coming to Nepal for the very first time, where everybody got so excited by his arrival here, and that is him getting to the ground this morning, the second highest run scorer in IPL history.
He's going to have to come to the party, because the top order is what let them down. They were bailed out sort of towards the back end. Sampal Kami, Gulshan Jar, they bailed them out in that first game, even though they lost. If their top order can put it together, they've certainly got the power at the back end where they could post something formidable.
I'm not sure whether or not Sampal Kami is going to admit it, but we both felt that decision to have a bat first was a little bit of probably the wrong one, a difficult one, a controversial one, if you will. But Arjun Gartry as well, he was good with the bat too. They have not won their first game. We're going to look at their card here. They're going to have to turn it around with 8 teams, 7 matches. You're probably going to have to win, what, 3 if not 4 of them to get into the playoffs.
Oh, like I said to you right at the start of the competition, having 8 teams, you can't be an average side if you want to make those playoffs, because only those top 4 sides make it. So you've got to really play some good cricket over the course of the competition. Interesting for the YAKS, Will Basisto from Australia has arrived. Whether he will play or not remains to be seen. Now, I know he hasn't been in the professional era for some time, but he is a serious cricketer. He still plays Premier Division cricket in Western Australia, and I'm not kidding you when I say that he gets 100 virtually every time he walks the wicket. Offers a little bit with off spin, but it's his batting that's very impressive.
Yeah, and of course both of these sides lost batting first. If we look at the Kathmandu Gurkhas and we have a think about their team, Karen KC, all of that heroism that he's performed for the national side over the years, but they were nowhere to be seen with the bats in game 1, 111 in their 20 overs.
Well, I think there hasn't been a real, when I say a real competitive game, is that those teams that have batted first have struggled apart from the Royals, and the teams chasing have ended up chasing it down easily. The one really shining light for the Gurkhas was Alam with his spin. I thought he was absolutely fantastic in that opening game.
Yeah, and you have to think that the one benefit for the Gurkhas, the bowling of Shahab Alam, the left-arm spinner, I thought he was outstanding, 3 wickets, and Herod Erasmus, he's got to do more, all-round cricketer, he's so good, he has to show.
The problem with T20 cricket, you know, Lenny, is that because of the high energy that you play it at and the risks you take, you fail quite a lot. Erasmus won't fail for long. He's had one already. Don't be surprised if he makes a massive contribution today.
Yeah, no doubt that he will bounce back. We were just talking about the fact that it's definitely colder this morning, and one thing that we both noticed upon arriving at the ground, there was a significantly larger amount of dew across the surface. We actually saw the ground staff kind of running carpets across the outfield. Will that have an impact on the captains at the toss?
This is the most amount of dew that we've seen since we've been here, as you pointed out, but that's the danger about deciding to bowl first. We know that most teams want to bowl first, but if the ball gets wet, if the seam gets slightly damp, it becomes very difficult for not only the seamers, but as you would know, the spinners, very difficult to grip a wet ball.
Yeah, you have to be able to try to grip that wet ball, very difficult, but that means that I still suspect we're going to see captains want to win the toss and choose to have a bowl first. Both of these sides have had their problems though with the bat. Neither team has had a side get to 50 yet. I think it might be about time to get out to have a look at this pitch. Let's get out to Sriram and see what he thinks of it.
We had an action-packed day yesterday. We saw the new ball bowlers getting a bit of swing. We saw the spinners take wickets, and we saw a score of 180 being scored. What do we have in store today? We are on pitch number 5. It's another fresh pitch. Equidistant boundary, 65 meters on both sides. But one thing that's very evident today is the amount of dew in the outfield. I'm just going to get a closer look. I'm putting my hands, and it feels a lot colder than it normally does. What that tells me is that the new ball bowlers are going to get a bit more swing early on. All in all, 160 looks a par score. If you're batting first and you can put up 160, you're setting yourself up for a good game. And if you're chasing, you've got to restrict the opposition before 160. Early wickets will always help. All in all, we've got a cracker of a game in hand.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous scenes here in the Kathmandu Valley. You think of that Janakpur bolt side. They're top of the table, 2 from 2. Yesterday, the day off, Babudu Dasanayake, he said, let's get up to Chandragiri Hills, let's get up in the cable car. It was so clear here yesterday in the valley, they could see Everest. Quite incredible.
Well, we just moved hotels for a couple of nights as the commentators, and from my room, I can see, and I'm very frightened to call them mountains because you've told me that there are certain parts here that are just hills, but I saw the snow-capped mountains in the distance, and it is quite the scene.
It's not over 3,000 meters here in Nepal. It definitely is not a mountain. Then it's just a hill, or a dada as it's known locally. Okay, we have had some reinforcements to the commentary team added as Manali Patel has arrived with us. She was out there for the toss a little while ago. Let's go and find out what happened.
Welcome to match number 6 here at the Nepal Premier League. We've got another action-packed one. It's the Gurkhas taking on the YAKS this morning. To the left of me, I've got the match referee, Mr. Nair, the captain of the Gurkhas. It is Karan KC, and the captain of the KARNALI YAKS, Sompal Kami. We're ready for the toss. Give the coin a flip, please.
Tails. Tails is the call.
Tails is the call.
Tails.
Tails it is. Congratulations, you've won the toss. What are you going to be doing and why?
We are doing bowling first.
And why is that?
I think as a bowling unit, we want to use the morning condition as well. So that's it.
So you've coming off a loss in the first game. You've struggled a little bit in the department of batting and bowling. What do you think is going to be par score on this track right here?
Yeah, in the first match, I think we collapsed in batting as well and bowling. So I think around 150, 160, and that will be a good total for us.
And are there any changes to your side in your batting or your bowling lineup?
I think we have Dan out and Nathan in.
Perfect. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Not winning the toss today, but had you won, what would you have done?
Yeah, I'm happy with whatever current case he choose. Well, I love to bat on that kind of wicket because Sun is already out and we have a good batting side as well.
And what do you think is going to be par score for you guys?
It depends on power play. After that we plan. First of all, the batsmen will inside and they know the information of how to play this kind of wicket. Then we'll go in for set. Maybe 160, 170 is a good target on that kind of wicket.
Now, your bowling really struggled in the first game. How do you change that today to try and bring it out and come a bit stronger?
It's already passed. It's a new day, new opportunity, and we all know how to come back because we already played lots of cricket in our conditions. So we know how to come back and how to win matches.
Fantastic. And any changes to your side?
Yes, the Kathmandu Gurkhas winning it and choosing to field first. Let's get a look at Sampal Kami's side. Just the one change for them. Out goes Mausam Dakal. He was a little erratic with his leg spin, but the big man, Shikhar Dhawan, at the top.
Yeah, I think the men at the bottom part of the screen, they are looking at the men at the top part of the screen to make an impact today, particularly Walton, Baba and Zishan. Baba Hayat is a very powerful striker of the ball, but he struggled to come to terms with the surface here the other day. If they can fire, this side has got a real chance today.
Have to remember as well, Gulshan Jah so in demand that all 8 teams tried to draft him. Let's have a look at the Kathmandu Gurkhas side as well, captained by Karan KC, such an icon of the game here in Nepal. Michael Levitt certainly showed us what he can do with the bat at the top. Stephen Eskenazi, we'd like to see more from him. And one of the changes, Nathan Sauter, the leg spinner, into the team.
Yeah, we know that spin has obviously been the preferred method here from when we look at success. I mean, the seamers came in for an awful pasting yesterday. Alam, again, you mentioned earlier, sensational in the opening game. He just needs some runs to be able to defend. So we'll look at that man, Gerard Erasmus.
Yeah, would love to see a little bit more from the youngster Dipesh Kandal. Thought he was very good in the field, but maybe not quite as good as he was or could have been with the ball. The under-19 captain. HD have been putting you under lots of pressure, giving you a bit of stick for your predictions. One of these sides has to win today, and both are on 0 points. Who's it going to be?
You see, it doesn't matter who I say, you're going to have a go at me, and I'm not going to sit on the fence. I'm going to go with the local lads, the Gurkhas, today.
Okay, maybe the Gurkhas will win. Purely to be contrary, I'm going to go with the opposite. I think the KARNALI YAKS are going to get it done, and Shikhar Dhawan is going to entertain what will surely be another big crowd. Let's get upstairs to our commentators. We're nearly all set for the match action.
Thank you very much, Andrew and HD. Wonderful chat there. And the news from the centre, the Gurkhas fielding first. We're coming to you live from Kirtipur. It's day 4, match number 6. And both these teams will have to bring their A game forward after what's been a very ordinary outing in their respective first outings. This is the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2024, powered by Ncell. The KARNALI YAKS missed out as they lost to the Janakpur Bowls in their first encounter. The Kathmandu Gurkhas lost to Chitwan Rhinos. It's the batting of the YAKS that faltered and was found wanting. Can Shikhar Dhawan light up the stage with Dev Khanal alongside him? It's going to be the start for the YAKS that will certainly set the tone for them in the remaining games as well. All eyes will be on Gabbar. His numbers exude confidence. It's about getting it in the middle as well, and he'll be up against the Kathmandu Gurkhas. There it is, 336 matches, 2 centuries, close to 10,000 runs. And this man certainly, once he gets going, he's a sight to watch. We know what he's done for India, for the respective franchises in the IPL. And you can expect him to bring out that same game this morning as well. And no better time for Dev Karnal to spend time on the 22 yards as well, alongside Shikhar Dhawan. He'll have to have runs up front, and it's going to be a very, very good outing here this morning. A little chilly, nip in the air. You can feel the winter of December. Captain of the under-19 Nepal team. I did see him play in the under-19 Asia Cup last year. Strike rate of 116. He'll want to light up the stage and give a good account of himself. But it's time for Karan Casey, the captain of the Gurkhas, to set the tone and lead from the front and get things going. Morning conditions, a lot of dew on the surface. Early start, the bowlers can exploit conducive conditions. 5 for 21, his best, 97 wickets. We're all set for match number 6 on day 4, and just the right time to wish my fellow commentator a very good morning, Sridharan Sriram.
What a morning, Mikhail. Yeah, bit of nip in the air. What I noticed at the pitch report was there was a lot more dew in the outfield, and when I touched the surface it was a lot more colder. So it just tells me that there is a little more moisture in the air and might do a bit early on. So Karan Casey had no hesitation to win the toss and bowl first, and he's straight up with the new ball, and he's bowling to Dev Karnal. What an experience for Dev Karnal, opening the batting with Shikhar Dhawan. First ball, we're all set.
Yeah, 2 fielders in the deep at deep third and fine leg. Rest all inside the circle. Good start here. Quite certainly you could feel the weather. We could see Andrew coming in with a hoodie cap as well this morning. But a very brave HD in a t-shirt doing the pre-show.
Takluda is coming in a headgear. You can tell it's cold.
That's the field. You have a mid-off and short mid-wicket. Mid-on. One slip early in. Point, backward point. And covers. 4 on the off inside the circle. A slip in place as well. 2 on the onside inside the circle and a fine leg. Wednesday morning, nothing changes. The crowd keeps coming in.
Both teams have made one change to their team. Nathan Sauter, the leggy, comes in for Dan Douthwaite for the Gurkhas. And the left-arm spinner comes in for Mausam Dakal, the leg spinner. Bipin Sharma comes in.
Good start here, just finding his radar very early. Karan Casey, they know the importance of getting a win here. You don't want to leave too much for the last. Pulsating cricket, breathtaking view in this part of the world. Karnal and Dhawan opening the innings. Babar Hayat, Zishan, Maqsood, Gulshan Jah, that's a strong middle order. You get to see Arjun and Sompal, who did so well in that last game. They bat deep.
Bipin Sharma, 15-year-old left-arm spinner.
This could be very close. The dreaded finger goes up. Karnal is trapped in front. He's aghast, but Karan Casey strikes very early in the first over, and that scoreboard reads 0 for 1.
Yeah, big strike from the premier fast bowler, the captain. Full and straight. Yes, he played all around it. Dev Karnal was saying that the ball is going to bounce. I don't think so. It was hitting top of middle and leg. Dev Karnal not happy, but he's got to go. The umpire's finger has gone up. LBW Karan Casey has gone for a blob. And it's now 0 for 1, the dreaded start for the Karnali YAKS.
What a toss to win. What a start. Karan Casey taking matter into his own hands. Deciding to bowl first, getting a wicket early as a wicket-keeper batter Chadwick Walton walks out. Great numbers for him as well. But the situation right now, is to stop the flow of wickets, stitch a partnership, and what a start here. Karan Casey on fire.
A terrific delivery. Stump to stump is what we always speak about. Was thinking that the ball was bouncing higher, but Dev Kanal had to play it straight. He went all around it, looking to work it on the leg side. The umpire was happy with what he saw, raised his dreaded finger. And it's an early breakthrough for the Gurkhas. Brings Chadwick Walton, experienced campaigner. Shikhar Dhawan yet to face a ball.
Walton managed 8 in his first outing. Wants some runs under his belt. 2 slips. That's put away. That's the first boundary. First runs on the board. And what a way to get off the mark for Walton as well. The Yaks will never miss out on a scoring opportunity. That's a good hit.
There was a Caribbean flavor to that shot. Width on offer. He's not going to miss out. Chadwick Walton. First boundary. Super Force powered by Ncell 4G. And a good start for Chadwick Walton. First boundary for the Yaks.
Karan Casey in his elements this morning. He needs to be as well. 2 slips in place. He's attacking. I'm just getting some shape on it. You have to attack in the first 6 overs. Be it the bowling side, Sri, or the batting side. Take your chances. Go for the punt.
100%. I like what Sompal Kami said at the toss too. He said we've got to take it the first 6 overs and then plan for what is a good score. So they all realize how important the power play is. Getting through those first 6 overs. In fact, still having that intent to score. Yeah, one change. Nathan Souter, the leg spinner, I rate him very high. I saw him for the Oval Invincibles bowling in tandem with Zampa. He had a great 100. Yeah, respect balls on the stump. And if there's width, go for it. That's the plan. 1 over done, 4 for 1.
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
प्रस्तुत छ 10 Blast, अटुट जोड, मजबुत सम्बन्ध। 10 Blast pipes, fittings, tanks, member of 10 Group.
And getting a wicket in the very first over. Dave Connell back in the dugout without troubling the scorers. And it's over to Shikhar Dhawan and Chadwick Walton now to stitch a partnership, bail the team out of trouble, give them a strong start. And very early in this tournament, we've seen spin playing a very crucial part, and not surprised it's spin from the other end. Yeah, he'll want to go with the arm, Erasmus. 1 for 22 in that last game.
Yeah, interesting move. Jared Erasmus straight into the attack. He's a much improved bowler. From before, he bowls that 24-yard delivery, but it's a matchup to Shikhar Dhawan more than anything.
Yeah, there's a little delay in response there for a single, but Gabbar is off the mark. And good captaincy here by Karan Casey. Shikhar Dhawan was dismissed by the off-spinner Harsh Thakur in the last game, getting in Erasmus early. Walton to put the runs up front because that middle order has a lot of muscle and metal. Hayat, Maqsood, Jha. We saw Arjun Garthi as well, getting 30 plus runs. All eyes on this man, or one man stays up, and he's Karan Casey steaming in from the combox end. Slip in place. Yeah, trademark stride of Dhawan. They just amble across to the other end.
Very strong off the back foot. Chadwick Walton, you can't provide width to the West Indian. Typical Caribbean flair. And the best part is he put this in the gap. There was not much of a gap between point and short third man. And he found it to perfection. And that's what experienced players do. They find gaps. You can hit good shots, but if you get them straight to the fielder, you get no value. But if you can pick gaps early, especially with the circle rule in operation, you get maximum reward. And that's exactly what Chadwick Walton's done really well.
He's bowling well. Something about Karan Casey this morning. How important it is for captains to perform and set an example, Shri.
Especially when you're coming after a loss, the captains have to stand up and lead from the front. Karan Casey has done that well. The premier fast bowler for Nepal. His line and length has been impeccable. When he's provided that width, Chadwick Bolton's taken full toll. He's already got 3 boundaries in this innings. He's made 12. Karan Casey, I like him. He's got good attitude, runs in hard.
That's in the air, cries of catch it. Just falls short of the fielder at mid-on. But that was a very good shot. Can't be bowling too full or too wide to Walton. He's going to punish you. On-field umpires for game number 6 at the bowler's end, Himal Rajgiri. The umpiring standards have been brilliant in this competition so far. We talk about the players, but the custodians of the sport as well doing a fabulous job. Rashid Riaz was part of the umpire panel for the T20 World Cup as well recently. Very fine umpire. TV umpire Vinay Kumar Jha for this game. They have to re-bowl that, and the match referee, Mr. Manu Nair.
Manu Nair from Delhi, what a famous cricketer he was. Just met him in the morning, was very happy to see him. Just retired from Indian domestic cricket. His last game was the final of the IPL. He's been a match referee for so many years, Manu Nair. Very, very happy to see him. Had a glittering first-class career for Delhi. Terrific player he was.
Nicely played. Got to keep it tight. You've got to bowl to your field. It's a conventional field here. Fine leg and deep third. Rest everyone inside the circle.
Chadwick Bolton is so pleasing on the eye. Even that on drive he played, there was a lazy elegance to that shot. There was a Western. Everything is so flowy and rhythmic. Very pleasing on the eye to watch. Chadwick Bolton, really hope he gets a big score here. He's looking good. But what Karan Casey has done really well is not provide any width. He's kept the stumps in play.
And the run and take a quick single. Good running. When the boundaries dry up, turn the strike.
That's very good batting again. That's experience. The line and line's good. You've got to bide your time. That's good batting. Good call from Chadwick Bolton. Shikhar Dhawan responds early. Both men are in their 30s, but that's exceptionally good running for 35-year-old men.
30s is the new 20s and 40s is the new 30s, Shri. Let's get that straight.
What are we then?
Teenagers.
I like that.
It just squares him up. Gave a bit of a charge here. Good over by Karan Casey. He's keeping things tight. Just the 3 runs. Maybe 4, yes. 17 for 1.
Banking sector ma पहिलो पटक Siddhartha Bank ले ल्याएको छ Siddhartha Rewards. यसमा points छ. Siddhartha Bank. सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs ले बुझेको छ. Your way of quality living.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नै रोजौं.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
I was just going to say, the boss is also somewhere in the crowd. I was talking to him. He said, might not be bad to bat. Might get wet and come on to the bat a little more. That's what he said. He's very keen to make an impact today.
That kept low. That was